Hey friends, it's Ashley and today I am here with a new video for the cut shop and I am using the Pie Hearts cut file. This is for our Valentine's Day inspiration on the cut shop blog. Some of the design team is also sharing some inspiration, so I will leave a link where you can check that out. And I am getting started on my layout. I'm using the Heart Day collection from Crepe Paper, and my background paper is also Crepe Paper, but it is from the main Squeeze collection. So I cut the Pie Hearts cut file 3 times, just in varying sizes, and I'm going to trace it onto some of the pattern papers to back the cut file, and I just cut these from white cardstock. I like to do that most of the time because I like the contrast, especially when I'm backing it with pattern papers. So I'm just cutting this first one here, and I flipped it over so that I would have my pencil lines on the back side and be able to cut that out without those showing when I get it placed on the side of the pattern paper that I want to show. And so I'm just using this XOXO paper for my main big heart. I like the separation that adds between the cut heart or the cut file and the background paper. So I'm doing the second one here, just in a different kind of lighter shade of pink than what's on the background paper, and then the striped paper just to give some variation to the colors and the patterns that I chose. And I'm just using my fine liner bottle with some liquid adhesive in that to adhere these together. And I'm not worrying about completely gluing down the lines that go out from the center because I'm actually going to stitch these, so it'll be secure once I get that stitching done. And even if I didn't, just adding the glue to the center and to the outside edge, you wouldn't have any trouble with your cut file sticking to the pattern paper that you added to the back. So it would definitely stay in place. So now that I have all 3 of those done, I took them off camera and just added that machine stitching using some white thread. And so now I'm going to layer these back together. And I'm getting that first one, and I'm just going to put them over the top of one another so that they match, so that the little lines match up and it's going out from one another. And initially I thought about using some foam adhesive behind these, but I really thought they had enough dimension without it because really it was already 6 layers with the 3 cut files and then the 3 different pattern papers, plus it had the stitching, so it pretty much popped it up off the page on its own. But I did add some behind my photo just to pop that up off the page. And then I really liked this pattern paper. This isn't something that I would use probably for like a full background or anything like that, but it is perfect for fussy cutting. So I just wanted to cut out some of these speech bubbles, and I'm going to kind of layer them around my photo. And I wanted to leave a little bit of the teal kind of border there, so I don't cut all the way to the edge of the speech bubbles. I just leave that little tiny bit. I wanted to bring in some teal on this layout because the collection has a lot of red and pink shades, and so just that little bit of teal kind of helps break it up. And we don't really celebrate Valentine's. It's not like a holiday that we really do anything for. And I do like Valentine's collections, so I just like to use it for everyday photos. And this is just an everyday photo of us hanging out in the car. And I turned it black and white because that makes it go really well with the collection. And it worked out perfectly. So now I'm going to add my title, and these are some foam thickers also from Crepe Paper. I can't remember which collection these came with, but I'm going to use them to add the title Every Day with You. And I really like these types of foam thickers because they stick really well, but they also pull up easily. So if you need to make adjustments to your title, you can shift those around, which is kind of what I'm doing now. I wanted to bring it over a little bit more so that I could have the words kind of flowing around the heart shape. So I'm just going to finish adding those. And I actually do add to my title after the video. I kept looking at it thinking I needed to finish it off with a little something else. So off camera I actually did add a little bit. You will see that at the end on the finished layout, but it's just another word that I add on that bottom part of the heart to kind of finish the look. So now that I have that in place, I'm going to go ahead and start adding the little speech bubbles. I decided to shift the photo over a little bit so that I could add one of those to the right of the photo, and that helped to keep my center heart from being covered up so much. So I liked that look much better, and just getting those in place. So yeah, I liked the way that looked once I got it finished. These are just some paper clips, and I've had this collection, I think this collection's probably 2 years old. So I've had it for a while, and you can see that I still have a good bit of these. So I wanted to use them on this layout, and I thought it would be fun to use them on the hearts instead of the photo, which is what I normally do. But since I had the layered hearts here, that was really fun to add the paper clips to the heart itself. And then these are just some of the little sentiment stickers, and I wanted to add one of those there under the paper clips. I also have some of the little buttons, and I liked these because they had the buttons and the hearts. And I do put those aside, but I come back and use some of those little hearts later on. So now I'm going through the sticker sheet and the ephemera to see what else I want to use on the layout. This has some cute ephemera pieces, but a lot of them did say Valentine and things like that. And I really didn't want to have anything Valentine-y on there, I guess you would say, sentiment-wise. So I didn't use any of those. Just the one little transparent heart there I pulled from the ephemera pack. So I do use a lot of heart stickers from the sticker sheet. I like to add some adhesive foam behind those. And then I had to add some liquid adhesive to the little button because it was not sticking. So I did add some of that to help it stick to the layout. And for the transparent heart, my initial thought was to use my tiny attacher, so I wouldn't have any adhesive showing through, but my tiny attacher just would not quite reach. So I went with plan B, which was to use some adhesive behind it, but then I used another little sticker over it just to cover that up, and you can't even see it. So that worked out perfectly. And I do like all the hearts on this sticker sheet. I do, like I said, use a lot of them. So I am going back and forth, just deciding where I want to put those and add them on the layout. And I can assure you I'm still not done, even though I'm going with the hearts here. There will be more hearts. So I got that little small one added to the love sticker. And here comes the little glitter hearts again. I decided I wanted to use a few more of those just to kind of have them scattered across the page. And all of the embellishments in that pack, the sticky was pretty much gone off the back of those. Like I said, it's a pretty old collection that I've had for a long time, so those did not want to stick well, and I did add some liquid adhesive behind those to help them stick on the layout. So here I go with more hearts, and kind of before that I had decided that I might be done, but then I thought, no, I want to add like a diagonal. And I liked the little XOXO heart. It was more like a balloon, so I decided to cut the string off of that and use it without the string. And now I'm just going through finding some other hearts to kind of go along that diagonal. I felt like I needed something down in that corner on the bottom right hand side because my title kind of went up to the top left. So I thought that balanced it out a little better, having that diagonal look going on. And I'm going to add my date. This is the Heidi Swap date stamp, so I just add that really quickly. And then I thought this little tag was cute, so I did want to bring it in. It was actually from the ephemera pack, so I did use a second piece from the ephemera pack. And I had to give it a heart friend so it wouldn't be by itself, so I just add a little heart there at the top of it. To finish off the layout, I'm going to add some splatters of the Altenew Pure White ink spray. I had a lot of black going on, so I wanted to use the white just to give it a lighter look. And I really like the way that that turns out on the page. So that finishes up the layout. You can see the full layout and close up here at the end. The Cut Shop is also having a Valentine's Day sale, so I hope you'll stop by the store to check that out. I'll leave links and you can see the sale info here at the very end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching today and I hope to see you next time.